Fellas, I have, and I'm sure you have heard, women say nothing like a well-groomed man. I have the solution to meet your hair grooming needs. Next Level 2 Barbershop with 2 locations in the upstate, 1559 Lawrence Road, Greenville, South Carolina, and 261 West Butler Road, Malden, South Carolina. With operating hours 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Ladies, I didn't forget about you either. On staff, beautician available at the Malden location, as well as a loctician to meet all your lock and braiding needs. Before you step out, step in to one of the 2 locations and take your grooming to the next level.
Real Fantasy Podcast.
You could say a little, or you could say a lot. Dreams are what you ask for, real is what you got. Take a few shots with a queen on the line, a rose in the middle, with love on the side. It's all a vibe tonight. It's all a vibe tonight. Make sure you tune in tonight.
Real Fantasy Podcast.
Yo, it's your girl Victoria Rosa, and I have my co-host
Chantel Wilkins, also known as the Tax Queen.
Hold on, Shannon, we can't hear you. Do it again.
Chantel Wilkins, also known as the Tax Queen.
We having a little technical difficulties. Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. Now her mic is on.
sorry.
All right. Now go ahead and tell them who you are.
This is Chantel Wilkins, also known as the Tax Queen.
Yes. And you're tuning into Real Fantasy Podcast on I Say Podcast Network. Your shit, my shit, and our shit. Okay, so this episode we're going to start off with the business tip from the Tax Queen herself, Miss Chantel.
Absolutely. So I'm going to give you seven tips for making your small business profitable. Simply because I have seen, with a lot of clients with this whole recession that's going on and inflation, it's super important to making sure that you're paying attention to your numbers in your business so that your business stays profitable and you stay above water and low risk. So basically, that is going to involve you guys making a financial plan and checking it against the facts on a monthly basis. So therefore, it's important to know your numbers in your business, which means that you're checking your books on a regular monthly basis versus then yearly. I have seen that a lot of businesses really don't check their financial statements until the end of the year when it's time to file their taxes. And that's like a huge no-no. Because then you can't catch the issues that's going on throughout the year unless your business bank account is overdrawn and people are like, oh, hold up, let me check my account and see what's going on. But by that time, it's already too late. So you want to make sure you check the numbers. So I'm going to give you 7 tips. So the first one is to create a financial plan for your business. So this is to know how much revenue you expect to bring each month and project what your expenses will be. So if need, you guys can get help with business planning, your books, software, or either you guys can contact an accountant to be able to help you with this task. 2 is to review the plan monthly and not yearly. So review it monthly. And this is where most small business owners fail. So even if they have taken the time to prepare profit and loss projections, they often let them just kind of sit in the drawer. So you want to make sure that you have a plan, because just having a plan is just not enough. You got to have a plan and you got to review it daily to keep you on track. The third one is the loss of profits can't be recovered. So a lot of people or a lot of small businesses are like, oh, I didn't do well this month, so I'll make it up next month. Like, no, because you're not going to have August next month. It's going to be September. Yeah. So those profits are gone. You know what I'm saying? So now you have to do some overtime and work and trying to get everything all caught up. But you want to stay on track each month so that you won't have to, backtrack in your business and you're continuing to be profitable. The fourth one is to make adjustments right away. So if your revenues are lower than you expected, make sure you increase the efforts in your sales and marketing. So if you're looking at your business profits and you make 5,000, your goal is 10,000, you want to get out there and increase your marketing and your sales so that you can bring in more revenue.
Ooh, yes.
So
basically, you need like a plan B.
Absolutely. Like you just have to. So basically, the point is like when you're in your business, you're the CEO of your business,
right?
And you don't want to be stuck behind the desk because we don't like. You're not going to make your business profitable behind the desk and filing papers. Like it's just not going to happen. So you need to hire someone, and a lot of people struggle with that because they feel that they just don't have those funds. But if you think about it, if you hire someone to assist you in your business, there's supposed to be a return on investment. Mm-hmm. So if you hire someone for about $10,000, they should be bringing you at least 25 to 30K in per month, them alone assisting you. And that helps so much as a business owner. So in that we won't have to, put it, all on ourselves. And then once we get the client, we have to go, put them into the system and then do the work when we can just be in front of the audience, bringing in more people, because that's what we need to, constantly do to
Okay, so we need to be the market. We
Absolutely.
need to market into and hire somebody to do the back.
Yes, because, your clients are buying you and not your business. They're buying you because they know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
So you need to be in front of them, marketing to them and letting them know, like, what you could do to assist them to get, more clients.
Right, yeah.
And then the last one is like a huge, huge one, and that is to pay yourself a regular salary.
How do you do that, though? Because that get a little confusing with it. Like, I'm putting this money into my business. How am I supposed to pay myself when I have to pay out so much to get my materials, pay the building, how do I pay myself?
So that's going to go back to step one, the financial planning. So for instance, like if you're going to, let's say your goal is about $10,000 in revenue, your business expenses should not be $9,000. That's why I said you have to go and plan to make sure that your expenditures are not high. And if they are, we have to start cutting back so that you are able to pay yourself. And then like when you're paying yourself, it can't be like $100,000 if your business isn't making $100,000. So you want to be able to, start off small. And then for instance, like mine was $2,500 when I started. And my goal was $5,000 monthly. And once I reached my goal, then I would up my pay. And then so if I made $5,500 instead of $5,000, I can give myself a bonus because I reached my goals, But if I didn't reach my goals, let's say my goal, like I said, was $5,000 and I made $3,500. Well, now I'm going to cut back on my income because I can't pay myself $2,500. And that's also going to give you that push and that thrive, like, oh, I didn't make enough money, so let me go and work a little hard to make sure I get my full $2,500 because I know this is what's going to pay bills at home.
Yeah.
So you guys want to make sure you're doing that. And like I said, if you do reach your goals, pay yourself a bonus and reward yourself for keeping your business profitable.
And all this you can write off on your taxes, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then remember that the way you evaluate the success of your business is profit and not revenue. So it doesn't matter how many thousands of or hundreds of dollars that you bring in each month. If your business expenses are the highest expenditure, then you're not going to be a profitable business. So you want to make sure that you're staying on track and on plan so that you're staying in front of everything instead of behind. So you want to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. So.
Ooh, and it goes back to number one, make that business plan.
Yes.
Plan ahead. So I would okay, so say for instance, I know a lot of people sell products or market a business. What if you're marketing yourself and you're marketing yourself to promote like shows, and how would you do that with paying yourself since you are the product?
I mean, so basically, whenever if you're speaking like on an artist, so basically you want to budget. You still want to put your budget, like I said, $5,000, $10,000, and so whenever you're meeting with the potential people that you're going to be performing for, you're going to ask them what they're going to pay you. Yeah. So that way you know how much you're going to be expecting in income. Yeah. And then, set your goals that way. So it might be $1,000 depending on how many shows you do. So if you charge $1,000 per show and you do 5, that's $5,000. So you've met your goal, and you can pay yourself the $2,500 or the $2,000 or whatever. You're paying yourself. But the good thing is, an artist, you don't have so much of a huge overhead versus like an actual business that's like producing like all these different types of services.
But see, the thing is too, like, because I know it's big, like wardrobe.
Absolutely,
hair, makeup. So that's
those marketing services. So basically, you're marketing yourself. Your wardrobe. You know what I'm saying? It has your name on it, of your artist name, because you're gonna operate your yourself as an artist as a business. So for instance, like with my husband, he's an entertainer, and King Joshua is an LLC. So I'm operating King Joshua, him as an artist, as a business. Yeah. So everything that he does, he goes out to eat. He wears, like, we all wear his t-shirts with his name on it. We buy him a mic. We, you know what I'm saying, buy him a cup with his information on it. Like, all of that is marketing, advertising that we could definitely write off.
Ooh, yes, I can't wait. Well, get it together. I don't have my name marketed as LLC yet, because there's a lot of people that has Victoria Rosa. But I'm looking into it to get that. Also, my Gafflon, my hair business.
Absolutely.
I got an LLC for that, but we're going to get that off the road. But let's talk about some shit that people really don't want to talk about, and it's crazy because it's going on. America, we going down with gasoline goddamn draws on. And I know y'all think I'm crazy for saying this, but you know what? We should have listened to Trump when he said, "Let's make America great again." And what I mean by that is, what he wanted to do was actually, create products that America made. American-made products, bring it back home instead of getting things overseas. So now, I just read up on some things that China and Russia they're coming up with a new world currency, which is not new, it's old. Before U.S. currency came around with the dollar, they going back to gold and natural minerals and everything. Wow. So I'm trying to figure out, do we even have natural resources here? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Do we? Because originally we had that, but do we even have it?
Like anymore? Yeah, that's a good question.
They ditching a dollar. They doing a financial. They're just coming together, alliance. What is it called? The BRICS, the summit they just had. This is where all this came about, with them saying, okay, we're no longer going to cooperate with the U.S. currency. We're going to do our own with natural minerals. And China been hoarding massive amounts of gold for over 20 years. Yeah. They just holding on to it.
But you know what? The thing I have been seeing, like, a lot of people are saying that the gold is, of course, is worth more than silver. So a lot of people have been. Because I remember going to the pawn shop when I was struggling had to put some jewelry up, and then we got a good chunk of change for our gold jewelry. So yeah, like I think that this has been going on. Like, they've been planning this, and we just didn't pay attention.
They've been aiming towards this, but I guess it's more of, because you have to think too, it's more of, now if I have alliance with these two major military, there's nothing we can do. But you have to think about Gaddafi. And I talk about Gaddafi all the time. Gaddafi wanted to make Africa their own land. Like, they wanted to be United States of Africa. And he wanted to do U.S. currency as gold. Africa has the most natural resources ever. We killed Gaddafi. Our military killed Gaddafi for trying to do what Russia and China's doing.
Oh, wow.
So that's just crazy to me. Like, even with Gaddafi, again, it was doing the minerals and all. I mean, not the minerals, trying to make Africa with their oil, selling their oil to us, gold, all that, and make their own currency. They killed Gaddafi, saying that he was basically a rapist. He was a terrorist to his land, Libya, all of that. And it just amazes me that China and Russia is doing the exact same thing that he was trying to do. It's crazy. Like, he even started his own man-made water line so everybody could have fresh water.
Yes, I know. I do remember him. I do, and it was like that little. It was like a machine, and then they vandalized it.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I of course they don't want anybody else to have those types.
No, because
You know what I'm saying? Kinda knock him off.
Let me go ahead and get that and go ahead and take it, because before then they had free health care, free education when he was in power. They even when the women and husband were to get married and move out their family houses, he was giving funding and money to them so they could start their new family.
Oh wow.
Like, this man was great. And even what is his name? Farrakhan. What's his name? What's his first name? Anywho,
Give me the line.
even he was talking about this, and he was saying that you have to think about what's the real reason that Gaddafi got killed. They don't talk about that because Muslims, you know, he was a Muslim. They were trying to build up black continent, Africa. They was wanting to build up black Africa because not just necessarily black Africa, but where the natural resources were they were going to be a world power just as well as China, United States, and Russia. And that's the main reason that they got killed. And this shit is just beyond me. And talking about Russia, Brittany Garner.
Oh yeah, that is just horrible. Like, I shall never understand why they got this girl just locked up for a vape cartridge. Like, this is mind blowing.
Well, I could see, because you got to think that at this time that Ukraine was going to war with Russia. So we funding Ukraine. Now they have somebody from the United States, a WNBA player.
Yes.
Y'all want to do this? We're going to do any and everything that we can to piss y'all off.
Yeah, but we don't want to go to war because, you know,
No.
Putin said, he called us like little wussies and told Trump to tell his soldiers to keep their skirts on. Like, what?
But see, Trump got along with Putin.
Well, what?
Trump, I mean, they weren't friends, but Trump knew where to draw the line. Trump knew that, all right, you have to be cordial. You don't have to like somebody to be cordial with somebody. Yeah. And, all right, we're going to keep them at a bay. But Russia said, let me let you know, we will send the motherfucking bombs at you. And the United States said, go ahead, nigga, because your family be going home in a body bag. You hear me? But with her, they offering, what's the guy?
Yes, the merchant of death.
So this man was an arms dealer, and they gonna they supposed to be setting up a deal where they're gonna trade him for her, and also one of the guys that got arrested, saying that he was a United States spy because he was in the U.S. Marines. But the story I read behind that was he was actually going over there for his brother's wedding.
To Russia.
Yeah. So he's going out to Russia to his brother's wedding, and he ended up getting caught, and they said he was a spy. So now they're trying to get her and him back with this guy. But is that worth it for them to give the merchant of death to Russia to get those two people?
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what y'all got to do. You better get me home. But come and get me.
But you think about this man is liable for
it's for a lot of deaths. I understand. Yeah,
and hundreds of deaths. Like,
but you know, I don't think that even if we were to get come on, like Trump. I mean, we are smart in that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even though if we were to give them to Russia, there is a bigger plan behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like you are giving this lethal weapon back to them pretty much. You know what I'm saying? For us to get our people back, and then you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like me, I know that I'll be watching to make sure, like, as soon as you get them over there, I'm going to have to take all y'all out because I ain't got time for the game.
But they won't do that. They won't do that because then it'll cause a World War III, and they're not going to kill
hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. So I'm not saying nobody's life, like her life is not worth giving up this guy, but the safety for us, is it worth? Is one person to die to save 1 million people, or not to die, one person to be incarcerated for a few years to save millions of people? Which one would you take?
I mean, I definitely wouldn't want millions of people to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants that. But, I mean, I guess I would have to think as if I was in her shoes. Like, bro, I came here to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? I am a 2-time Olympic, you know what I'm saying, gold medalist. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and her wife is here. Like,
But think about it, though. She's been to Russia to play basketball before. You know the rules and how strict Russia is. And she said that she was packing and she was rushing to pack. Even though she has a prescription to vape marijuana, you know their policies. So why wouldn't you make sure that something's like that's not in your bag? I know mistakes happen, but you know the strict policy they have. You know what kind of war is going on between Ukraine and.
But I thought this was before the war because she got captured in February.
Was it February the 7th, I think?
Yeah, like the 6th
So when did the war start?
And it started like, the war started maybe a week later.
But Ukraine had already said that they were going, Russia had already said that they were going over to Ukraine. So this was something that
they already knew.
Because this is something that they already knew. And yet and still, the policy states that you can't have that over there. So why wouldn't you think not to have it? But I had this conversation with my boyfriend and my sister. I asked him, I said, if you had the chance to save 1 million people, but you had to die, would you do it?
Absolutely. I mean, I would sacrifice my life for, you know what I'm saying, for like millions of people. Like, I'm not thinking about, you know what I'm saying, that's my family too, like my kids, my husband, you know what I'm saying.
But it's a possibility that your family might not be part of the millions of people, but there's a possibility that they could. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
I would too, for the sake of humanity.
Exactly.
My sister was like, hell no.
Right, but I mean, like, that's you know what I'm saying, like, you being kind of selfish, I guess, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, like, I know that we all got to go one day. I feel that my life, like, I am where I need to be, and if it's time for me to go, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I done the best that I could, but I'm giving my life to make sure hundreds and thousands of people are okay to watch this 4-year-old grow up and be married one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a sacrifice. And I think that a lot of our fallen soldiers have also made those sacrifices because we love our country. We fight for our country. We are united as one. You know what I'm saying? So I think that plays a huge factor. And yes, it would be a really hard decision, you know what I'm saying, like, as a mother being separated, you know what I'm saying, from my children. But I know that, you know, me doing this, I'm at least giving you a better chance.
So let's change the odds. If you had to sacrifice your child to save millions of people, would you do it?
Just a bit.
For the sake of humanity.
I'm going to have to pray.
And
Lord, is this what you want me to do?
It's like you have to be selfish. Are you going to be selfish, or what is it going to be? Like, is it going to be between them two? Me, I would know my child. I would take the place if I could.
Absolutely.
But, of course, I wouldn't want my child to be sacrificed to save
100,000. They don't even know what's going on.
And then at that time, you get to thinking, hold on. Are we saving rapists, killers, rapists? I said that. Killers. Are we saving people, you know?
Yeah, but okay. So let me try to have this. Let me see this. So we are not here to judge people. So,
Absolutely
like, although you have done what you done, and I do not agree with what you have done, it is not my place to judge you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to live with this. And I don't know how you sleep, you know what I'm saying, going with your life, and people do it all day, every day. But your time will come, you know what I'm saying? And when that time comes, you're going to have to answer to all of those. Like, it's not my place to say, oh, I don't want to do this because you're a bad person or because you've done this, this, and that. Like,
you have to go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it's my time. You know what I'm saying? If this is what I got to do, you know what I'm saying, to make sure I save y'all, hundreds of thousands of people, or save my family, or whatever you may have done, maybe you can look at this as an eye-opener. Like, get your shit together. Stop doing this. Like, because there's no good that's going to come to this either way. Yeah. But, I mean, I know we're not like me and think this way, so.
So if we had a purge, would you participate in the purge?
Put on a mask.
Would you participate in the purge? Because now it's legal, but we know.
I just couldn't kill somebody on purpose.
With humanity, you like, hold on, now I can't hurt this person.
I mean, hold on. Let me see. If it's either me or you, then you gone. Like, it's a wrap. Like, you are threatening my life, and you coming in here. Yes,
but no, if you was to do it as a sport.
No, that ain't me. I don't even know.
So you wouldn't? You wouldn't like?
No.
So my boyfriend asked me. He said, "If we had a purge today, do you think it's somebody out there that want to kill you?"
Of course.
Do you think so?
I mean, I'm sure there is. I'm sure, like, we all got haters, and jealousy is a mean green monster.
But I can't think that I've done something so bad to somebody that they would.
You don't have to. You're gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like, oh, I'm like her because she cute. Let me go ahead and take her out.
They want to see me unalive.
They don't care.
I can't fathom
one
that,
less competition they gotta worry about in these streets.
I was like, no. He said, hell yeah, I think some people would try to come and kill me. Do you think somebody would want to kill you?
I mean, I hope not. I don't think I have any enemies that I know of. I mean, I might. Let me see.
See, you never know though.
I mean, I don't know. I think I may. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're coming for me. Because I have no filter. You what? Oh. Okay.
You tried it.
Right. But I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready for you.
I wouldn't kill nobody, but if we had one night of purge, I would absolutely take a lot of money. I would set everyone around me up to be ahead. I would have a whole legacy built that night. So moving forward.
So you're going to take all the money?
I'm not from everybody, but from the corporations that deserve to get the money, take it, absolutely. And I got enough to let my family thrive, yeah. I would buy up so much land. I would still, like, all the land would be put in my name. So whatever's on that land kind of belongs to me. I would go on bank accounts, swapping them out, making sure that certain people don't have money or have the power that they have. I would swap out a lot of stuff. I would cause a lot of chaos.
But so let me ask you this. So if you were to give a homeless man $100,000.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this homeless man has never had $100,000. What do you think is going to happen to him when you give him this money?
It depends.
If he was just say, hey, here's $100,000, deuces, I'm out. You'll never see me again.
So I have to analyze this. What did I find this homeless man at?
I don't know.
Did this homeless man look like he was homeless because he do drugs? Now, 9 times out of 10, he probably doing drugs. I gave him $100,000. He probably gonna kill himself from ODing, from buying so much dope. Then the money's gonna go somewhere else in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, but what if they are not? So, like, I have seen, so I guess, like, with this, so I've seen a lot of homeless people, like, recently. And I haven't talked to them per se, but I've been around them and they've talked to other people. And I've heard them, heard some of their conversations. And a lot of them are like, they got out of prison. I don't know exactly what they done. Okay. But, I just got out of prison. I have nowhere to go. I have no money. You know what I'm saying? They have to go to the health department to get, like, food stamps. And to me, it's just, like, hard for them to get it together. So, like, if I gave this person $100,000 with no financial education, you're instantly going to blow it because you're going to buy things that you think you need instead of, investing and putting the money in the right places to financially successfully set yourself up so you'll never be back in this position.
You know what's crazy? Because I always wanted to build a nonprofit
for
people who got out of jail, which means that it could be mothers, it could be fathers, it could be a place for them. And it's not going to be a halfway house. What it's going to be is a stable living where you're able to get yourself together a year, 2 years. You have somewhere to stay. When you get out, we already have your resume so you can have a job. And this is going to set you up. Even when, men that go to jail for prison and have kids out. Place where you can spend time with your kids. Place for you to become a better father and be able to do what you just said. And set them up. Even in Switzerland, that they don't even, if they go to prison, it's not like the prisons here. It's a rehabilitation where they teach you how to become a better person, how to work, how to do this and how to do that while you're in prison. So when you get out, everything is white.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to do here, set them up where they can have somewhere to stay, teach them what's going on actually in the world, because a lot of people in prison for a long time, they have no clue of.
Yes, time stops in there. Like, you don't. I mean, you have books and stuff, I guess, to read. I mean, I've never been in prison.
And some people have cell phones, but it's not the same as actually.
How they get cell phones?
Girl, that is a whole different that's a whole different ball game. But
Oh, Lord.
if I could do something like that, if I had the money to actually have build something like that for moms that gets out of prison, or men that get out of prison that actually want to do something, that would
And
be
you can
amazing.
do that. I mean, you can start off with crowdfunding. I have, talked about the crowdfunding a couple episodes. So if you guys haven't seen that episode, make sure you go tune back and roll back those episodes to learn about crowdfunding.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get that too.
Yeah, so like crowdfunding and getting like everyone involved in helping build, the nonprofit, because I think that is absolutely amazing. And I know that there's a couple programs here in South Carolina, just me being a single parent, 18 years ago, having to live in my own car, having, to find other resources. But one particular place that I did stay for a couple of months, they did make us pay like $50 for rent there, although it was like really free. But the $50 that we were given back then was a lot of money. But they put it in a savings account. So like after a couple of months, you've gotten yourself together, 5 to 6 months, you got yourself together, then they give you this money to put you in an apartment, and they help you with things like this. And I've experienced this, firsthand. And because, 18, 19 years ago, I was young, and I had, had 2 children, and I struggled. I didn't have the knowledge on like being financially fit, or, making my money and investing it, because I had 2 babies. Like every time I get a couple dollars, I had to spend it on milk or diapers or something, so I just felt like I could not get ahead. And like the people around me were not knowledgeable enough to teach me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that program was absolutely amazing, just helping, people get on their feet. So like what you're talking about as far as the nonprofit, just helping everyone, kind of like a second chance. Like, I messed up, I'm in here, like, dang, I'm have to sit here for a couple months, couple years, hopefully, what I'm saying. But as soon as you get out, you got a game plan. I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go to Megan's spot, get my life together. I'm going to teach you how to be financially fit. I'm going to teach you, how to be an entrepreneur if this is what you want to do, like what avenues to go down. And then I'm going to help you find a job, And then that I'm going to, take maybe $150 out of your pay every time you get paid. We're going to put it in a trust. Yes. Like, when they get it together, hey, like I got a couple coins, I got my apartment. Now you're set. Now all you have to do is maintain.
And a lot of people go back to jail because, again, they put out, they'll have nowhere to go. They don't have a supporting family. And they're like, man, I have to rob to get what I want. So they end up going back to prison. So if a program like this is offered, you know how many lives that will save?
Girl, I already know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's sad just to see people, like this. And even like, there is like a movie, I can't remember it, but it's a veteran, y'all. He's a veteran, so he fought, and now he has PTSD. And so basically, they don't help him. They didn't help him do anything. So he went into like a bank, and he was holding people captive, but he was only trying to speak to the government to let them know, like, this is how you guys do veterans, people that served, the country, and now I'm out here with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that.
That would be amazing. Yes. We should try to do something like that and get some funding.
Absolutely. Yes. I have a perfect name because I've thought about this already, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want nobody to steal it.
Okay, we're gonna say that off the record.
Wait till the ink dry.
Right. I would love to do something. And also, like, I get to thinking too, and I know it's because you have to weigh your ins and outs. People that's been in jail, and some people do deserve to be in jail, and some people, don't deserve to be in jail. How would you separate the ones that really still have that mentality of, I'm going to kill, rape, and steal regardless? How
you would know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that they need to go through an extensive interview process, kind of like a job interview. Like how you do like 5 interviews.
Oh, like a therapy session.
Yes. And that way, they're going to start opening up to you. And if you're somebody that they like and they can trust, because, people can feel that vibe. So some people like have this innocent look, and I feel like I could tell you anything in the world and it'll be safe. But really, if I tell you something, I'm saying I might get
killed. It was this guy that was in jail. He murdered he was a jealous guy. He murdered his wife and his daughter. He killed him. Was in prison. This pastor came to see him, and he had been seeing him like over a course of years. And end up introducing him to his daughter. Guy ended up getting out because the pastor was like, I vouch for him, you know, end up getting out, marrying his daughter, and end up getting jealous again, shooting and killing 2 of her daughters, shooting her, didn't kill her, did the same thing. So how, like,
a psych evaluation, like that's what these psychics get paid the big dollars for.
but he was out, and they did all of that, and how do you?
I mean, like if you're a murderer, you know what I'm saying, it depends on if you're doing this for pleasure or for defense, because there's a lot of people behind bars that are there for basically defending themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that the fact that I guess that, you know, the trial didn't go their way, or, you know what I'm saying, like it didn't go in their favor, so now they're back behind bars. But like if they're out here doing this, like Dexter, have you watched that show?
Yeah.
I loved it. If you're, well, he
Dexter
was
was
killing
a
for a
man.
reason.
Yeah, he was like, you don't fucked up,
Yeah.
you don't touch him. You did.
Yeah, so he was doing it for a reason. But I'm saying, like, if he was out here like a true serial killer, I can't think of the people that were locked up and they killed. She was pregnant. I want to say it was like 20 years ago, but she was like a famous person. But he went into their house and killed them. It was like a group of people, him and his friends. They were like teenagers going to kill people. So, like, yes, you deserve to be locked up because you're doing this as a pleasure. Like, you enjoy doing shit like this. So, no, you don't need to be out here running these streets because there's too many innocent people out here for you to play with. But, like, if it's something like, you know, I was defending myself and, you know what I'm saying, he was shot.
Yeah.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I believe that you deserve a second chance. You know what I'm saying? But we're about to go through an extensive evaluation to make sure, and then when you're out here you are going to be watched 24/7 for at least the first 4 to 5 years. You know, like,
well, that's a long time, 4 to 5 years, because what if they get together? Because a lot of people that go to prison, especially people that go to federal prison, they come out really educated, really smart,
because they got a lot of books to read.
and they're able to like move forward within a year or two.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be under the evaluation. So, like, if you feel like this person might need a little bit of help and I'm going to have to supervise them a little bit longer, then we're going to watch you. We're going to check in a couple of months, you know what I'm saying, a couple times a month to see how you're doing, like where your mind frame is. Because it would be easy for them to slip back in. And a lot of people do that when they are alone or they feel like trapped. You know what I'm saying? They feel that they have to kind of, you know, act out. So, like, just making sure that and I'm not no psychic, you know what I'm saying? Like, not a psychic, but a psychiatrist. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, based off of
what it is.
Yeah, so, like, if it was me, I definitely would hire somebody, come on in here with me.
So do you think women deserve it more than men, or is it an equal playing field?
It's equal, because, I mean, hell, we kill people too. We crazy as hell. I'll tell you right now, I'm one of them. Mess with any of mine.
Women are a little bit more crazier than men.
That's why we quiet about it.
I can vouch for that. And they plan out stuff a little bit more than...
Yes, it's about to be completely planned. You ain't going to know. You know what I'm saying? But with men, they're just like, oh, no, I'm about to go right now. Let's go.
And it's crazy because, you know, men say women act off emotion and impulse. Men are logical, but men act off impulse, and women think about stuff before they do it. So I'm trying to figure out how that correlates into the masculine and feminine and emotional and logical when men act off impulse. If something pisses them off, they
ready to take somebody out right now and have no remorse. Like, nah.
And we think about it. Hey, if I do that right now this way, am I going to go to jail?
Absolutely.
Is people gonna and see, we think about that, but men don't think about that because we sit there and analyze it. Okay, hold on.
But see, I think that's more of like their pride. You think so? Like, if
ego play a major part in a lot of things.
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking. You know, maybe that has like a huge play in, because like I don't care. I'm saying I don't care about I don't care about what none of y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So if you want me to show you these colors.
Let's get it to I can get a little cuckoo too. My niche is I don't have an in between. It's either I'm gonna be here or here. It is nothing that's gonna gradually go up. It's like a switch, click, and it happens
before you even know it.
Yeah. So most of the time I have to eject myself out of the situation, or I analyze it, but if it's something that presses that button,
Oh yeah. I mean,
The other side hits.
with me, I was like that. Like I went from 0 to 1,000 in no time. Like, I don't care what it was, but after my oldest is about to be 18. Like after so many years, like when I tell you your kids will push your button like faster than anybody in the entire world, like you will go to 0 to 2,000 in 2.5 seconds with the kids. But you have to learn how to humble yourself and really think about it. And I'm like I've probably been on this about 3 years, like really just trying to keep myself. So now, like even when confrontation comes my way, I try to analyze it and think about how I need to react to this, because not only do I have little girls watching me, I have a business, and I have to make sure that I compose myself in a certain manner, because firsthand experience, like dealing with business owners that really feel that they could just do and run their business however and be disrespectful, like you're not going to be out here, long. Like if somebody's going to shut you down real quick, because, at the end of the day, it's customer service, it comes back. But I think that like now, like even with situations that get me out of whack, like I try to like, okay, you getting me there, I'm gonna need you to pipe that down just a smidget. So I'm trying to talk to you about this before I get crazy, because when I get out here and I'm flipping, like it's hard for me to get back down. Because you can't
register. Like in my mind, I cannot register what you're saying. So at this point, nothing you say is a go for me.
Exactly. I don't even hear it. I see your mouth moving.
And it's time to get with it or get into it. Absolutely. So we was going to have a guest today, but, things didn't happen. But I want to ask you this, and, you're married. I'm in a relationship. The question that a lot of women wonder, why isn't it any eligible single men out here?
Well,
what you think it is?
Well, there is more women population-wise than there is men. And I mean, so like, wait, what was the question?
Why is it any eligible men?
Eligible men.
Yeah.
So I guess what would you call eligible?
That's what, because my question was, she's single, and she's like, I can't find anybody that's a good man. I can't find a good man. Why do women think it's not good men out here?
I mean, there is. It really depends on where you're looking for him at. Because if you looking in the club, what do you expect?
One night saying, let me slide through.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you, like, it kind of depends on like where exactly you're looking. So basically, I think that as a woman, the men will come to you. So like if you are focused and in your lane, focused on yourself and, growing you and becoming a wife.
But
and
then
it's super important.
It's like, no, she's too independent. She's combative.
Okay, well, you don't need him because he's immature. Like, he's not here with you. And if he's immature, then you need to leave him where he is, because you're going to be raising a man.
A boy, and he's not eligible to be with a woman. Right. So where would you, like, when did the lines get crossed of men? Okay, when did the lines get crossed of men wanting women to pay bills? Sure. Or not appreciating a stay-at-home mom and saying that's not good enough? When did those lines get crossed?
So men not appreciating a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah. So you need to bring it to the table. You need to pay half of the bills.
So it's really your preference, honestly. Like, with my husband, he would much rather me be a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not built for that. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to sit at home, I love my children, and I take good care of my kids, but I'm not going to sit at home doing nothing, because I think that in a marriage, we do this together. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you going to go make, pay all the bills, because, like, two is better than one, you know what I'm saying? And we can, it's better to where, like, I like to go on vacations. I like to travel. So if my husband is only working, that means that he has to make my income and his income. So for instance, you go file your taxes. I made $100,000, but I'm filing my wife with me. So we're filing married. So really, $50,000 of it is mine. $50,000 of it is hers. Is how it would basically be taxed, because it's split in the middle.
Yeah.
So if she's not bringing any money, that's how it's going to be looked at. So, like, I just feel that it's really your preference. So, like, if she doesn't mind staying at home with the kids, like, hell, I know people that are in my family that are stay-at-home dads, and the wife goes to work. And it might be like a little simple job. She might be more educated. You know what I'm saying? She makes more money versus the father. You know what I'm saying? He like being at home with the kids. Like, it is what it is. It's really just your preference.
I can't see my man staying at home while I go to work. Now, if it was different where I was doing my music and I made enough money where that's different. But me actually physically going to the battlefield working.
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they were working like in, you know, a restaurant or a warehouse, understandable. But if you are an attorney or you are a doctor and your husband is a radiologist specialist or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make enough money for both of us to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Our expenditures are not hundreds and thousands of dollars. And we're not living this extravagant life. You know what I'm saying? We could go travel. We could spend time with our family. So it's just really a preference. Like, I think that, you know, a lot of women are looking for men like, oh, I like him and I need him to be this, this, and this. And because he's not, I don't want him now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to come in with an open mind when you're talking to them and make...
a lot of women want to be pampered and taken care of.
Well, shit, get a job. Take care of yourself.
No, they don't want to work. They want to be pampered, taken care of. I bear your children. Let me sit home. See, me, I can't sit in the house. I can't be looking at them walls. I can't sit there cleaning up. I can't do that. Now, if I had an allowance.
An allowance?
Yeah. And then I'm able to do this and this and this. That might be a little different.
But you're going to get bored.
Because now I got allowance and then I can go do this, this, and this. I'm not in the house no more.
Okay, so So if you were doing that, you're getting an allowance. So basically, you're not really seeing your husband. He working 24/7.
No, and I had this conversation with my man. Truck drivers. My man can't be a truck driver. I can't be away from my man that long. And I guess that's what the line crossed. I couldn't even live back in the Western days. You know, when they had to go ride horses and be gone for months?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, that's why we were not born back then.
Right. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, no, where you at? I don't want you driving no truck because you might have a girlfriend.
It's going to be that way, you know, like, even as an artist. So, like, I watch Mary, the show Mary. So, one of them is married. The sister's married. I think her name is Tina. Is it Tina?
I don't know. That's a gospel group.
Yes.
But your Smith goes on.
Yes. Yeah. So she is married to her husband Ted, and basically she has to be like on the road. She was pregnant, and she was 7 months pregnant, and she was like always on the road for like the next 3 months. She was on the road, and her husband was like, he felt like he wasn't important. Like he wasn't a priority. And in a marriage, like,
you have to make your man a priority.
So like even with truck drivers, so having that conversation, like, okay, babe, you know what I'm saying? You are a 1099 because you are an owner operator. So you can make your schedule. So you can work 3 months straight and make this certain amount of money because those 3 months you grinding, like, meeting your goals, and then the next 3 months, it's just me and you, babe. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
you can't be away from me for 3 months. I don't even think I could do 2 weeks.
What if you just go on the road with him? You know, there's a bed in the, you know what I'm saying, in the bed. You can lay down, sleep.
Because you got to have the kids. You got the kids.
This is true.
You got the kids. So, you know, like, being an entertainer, and I'm glad that me and my boyfriend do this together. Like, if I was on the road or he was on the road, I could go with him because we both do this, and we can bring the kids with, you know, and then yourself. But truck driving, I don't think you could take the kids with you doing that.
I mean, hell, you'll be surprised. But let me tell you something. Me and my husband was on one of the back roads. I want to say this was about 2 years ago, and we seen a couple. Like, they had to have been like new truck drivers because they was just too excited about this truck. So they had their kids in, and see, like, with my husband being an entrepreneur and me having an accounting firm, my accounting firm is virtual for a reason. So I'm cloud-based, so I could be anywhere in the world and operate my business. Yeah. My children are homeschooled, so they are on the computer. So if we got to pick up and go, like, babe, we got to go, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bring your laptops. We got internet. Hop on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, we doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm running my business front because all I need is my laptop and my cell phone to run my entire CPA firm. Yeah. And with the kids, they need their laptop and their internet to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So there's options. it just kind of depends on like which avenue you want to go. Do you want to go on the road like with your husband, or do you want to stay at home? And
that's when that compromising comes in.
You have to compromise. Like that's that's the most important thing, especially being in a relationship, is being able to conversate and compromise with each other. So that's super huge.
Yes. But baby, no. 2 weeks at the most. I don't know. Like,
but it gives you like that sense of urgency. Like, I miss you. I can't wait till you get here. You know what I'm saying?
No, because me, I will fly where you at.
Yes.
I'm impulsive. Like, God, I need to see you. I'm going. And then it's like,
that's why he needs a good job to pay for this jet ticket. So I can just hop on the jet and be there 45 minutes. Come on, babe, let me give you this, and I'm going to fly back home.
But I can tell you, like, I used to want to be a stay-at-home mom. And I was that for a while until I realized how much control that was over me. Mm-hmm. And that right there, no.
I didn't.
No.
I mean, like, if you giving me, and even if you giving me an allowance, like, bro, if I want to do something special, I don't have to ask for a couple extra $100. Like, how am I supposed to be,
like,
spontaneous if I got to ask you for money, like, and then spend your money on you? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't fathom that. Like, I need to make my own coin so I can
do this for you. Yes. Or we can, that makes a lot of sense. Now, taking my mom, she was spending your money, her money. She wanted all. Give it to me.
See, my mom does. She has to work. Like, she has a job and she does not have to be there. But I think she goes there to be with her friends, honestly. Like,
it's like a little smooth
getaway. It's like she'd be there super early, like crack of dawn. I'm like, Ma, like, your shift don't start till like an hour and a half. Like, who does this? Mm-hmm. Her, like, you know what I'm saying? I got to get my coffee. I got to get my cigarette. I got to, take my break before I get on the phone. Like, you just there for the friends. You know what I'm saying?
Just for the fun of it.
Yes.
I was watching this guy, too. And he was saying, like, how a lot of women are too independent now. And how a lot of women say, I don't want kids. He was like, what are you living for? He said, you don't have kids, but you want to die old with your money?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, this world is some trash. Like, what is going on? Like, the social media is raising our kids. Like, the owner of Google won't even let social media won't even let his own kids have social media, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard. It's very challenging to raise a child in this century, the 21st century. So
you would say a lot of women have the right to not want children?
I mean, yes. If you don't want to bring, like, I personally, like I said, it's a preference. So, like, raising children now is hard because we have so many different avenues that the child can be pulled in versus, like, when I was growing up. Like, we didn't have cell phones like that. Like, my first cell phone was like a brick. So, you couldn't... You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was going to school thinking I was like that deal with this big old phone.
Mine used to play music outside. You could just...
Yes. So, like, now they have more to kind of deter them away or to distract them from their path. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that it is a challenge to raise them. So, like, if you don't want to bring children into this society, like, I get it 110%. You know what I'm saying? But if you do bring them, be ready because... If you're not financially stable, it's going to be a struggle.
A lot of times, a lot of women are not financially stable, and they get more mature once they have a child. Yeah. So you won't know if you're ready until you have it.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to have a child, for you to realize, like, hey, I got to get my shit together because now it's not just me.
It's this little bitty human being I got to take care of. This little bitty me. I mean, just like,
Yeah, absolutely. But, I wanted to experience, like, that love, you know what I'm saying, that you get from your child, that bond, and some people are just like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because not only am I get all of that, but I got all these other problems that I now have to deal with, which I understand because with my 4 girls.
It's a lot.
Well, let me put my hair in this bun.
Come here. Let me talk to you. Now listen here, little girl.
I'm trying to be real nice about this so that you won't think that I'm arguing or fussing with you because you are my child. So when you scream and you yell, like, you don't hear nothing I'm saying. So I have to have a conversation. with these. And that's your humbling test.
Hey, come here. So you believe that women have the right to say they don't want to have children, which I believe that too, because a woman, right is right. But what do you think our main purpose and goal here on Earth is for?
It's to nurture and to procreate. You know what I'm saying? It's for us to bring more people, our children into the world. But like, if you were with someone that wants children and they don't have children and you're able to have children, that's you compromising. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I don't want any children, but I'm going to compromise because I love you and I'm going to bear your child. But you're going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be here with me to help raise this child, because now, like, that I'm giving you this child, we have a duty. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure this is working out between the both of us. And I think that a lot of the fear from a lot of women are they're afraid of doing this alone. You know, so, and some women, they're like, fine, like, I just want the baby and you can, you know what I'm saying, go on about your business. But a lot of people are like, what if I was to get this baby and we have a disagreement and it's nothing for him to walk away. Like, I can't walk away from my baby. You know what I'm saying? Well, some people do, but I wouldn't recommend it. But, like,
Hell no.
you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my child. So wherever I go, this is now my little shadow, and I have to take care of this child. And you're the one that wanted this, and now I have to be here doing this by myself. So I think that could play a part. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, the shit hard.
It is hard. It's hard to be a mama taking care of a child by themselves. But I know a lot of women don't want to have children also is because they've been raped, molested, and been through what they've been through.
They've been traumatized. I feel.
But I feel like a little baby is a blessing.
It is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes maybe you just got to help them really understand, because, like, that's like a form of PTSD that they've gone through because of what they've experienced in life. And you might have to have that conversation like, hey, like, there's better out here. You know what I'm saying? You could have something that is absolutely a bundle of joy and that's going to love you for who you are.
That's why we need to do this nonprofit. Yeah. We need to have, like, different avenues and actually get some, because I to be honest with you, I've been looking into it for about 2 years, thinking about going back to school to be a therapist. Okay. I've been thinking about it. It's not something
need me a good therapist.
But if we can get as a community, get therapists, get doctors, and get this nonprofit going for people, single parents, teen parents, people who's going to be in a real rehabilitation program when they get out of jail, we'll be able to help so many people. We need to do this, man.
We should. You know, I'm 100% in. Like,
even
let's
with
do
like
this.
The women that's been traumatized, and a lot of women turning gay because they've been raped or been molested by their uncles, their brothers,
their
and they
fathers.
Even men that been molested and don't know their sexuality because it's like this and this and that, and this is what I'm accustomed to, and just even if gay men that just feel like we need to set out something as a community to help each individual person or individual situations or stuff like that. I'm excited. I swear I'm about to look into it and get this nonprofit going.
Absolutely. And you could definitely get funding from the state, because they definitely have stuff for nonprofits, you know, solely for these reasons, is to be able to help, because they want more people working together as a community. So absolutely.
Yes. Well, do you have anything else you want people to hear, the people to see, the people to understand? Something to express you, show you who you are, not just as a business owner, but as a mom, a regular person. Because, you know, we are superwoman. Absolutely. Superwoman. We have to put that cape on. And you can't show you're sad. You can't show, not to the outside people. So is there anything personal that you would like to share?
Not really.
Okay, we just know that we both crazy as fuck. So if you guys want to know that, that's what it is. But again, thank you for tuning in to Real Fantasy Podcast on I Say Podcast Network. It's your girl Victoria Rosa
and Chantel Wilkins,
and you're tuning in again to Real Fantasy Podcast, and we record here at the Gym Complex at 880 South Pleasantburg, Greenville, South Carolina. So make sure y'all look it up, Google it, podcasts, videos, producing music, recording music,
Photo shoots,
all
yes.
photo shoots. So make sure y'all.
Yes, if y'all need a good old headshot, you know what I'm saying? Book your appointment with the gym complex. You trying to get out here with your marketing, get the videos, your promos. Like, the gym complex will definitely take good care of y'all. So make sure you guys look them up.
Yes, and especially with marketing and programming, business owners, if you want to shoot a small commercial, this is where you come to.
Absolutely.
I got to edit it out for you, all of that. All right, we'll see y'all next week. And we are out.
Real fantasy. You could say a little, or you could say a lot. Dreams are what you ask for, real is what you got. Take a few shots with a queen on her line, a rose in the middle, with love on her side. It's all a vibe tonight. It's all a vibe tonight. Make sure you tune in tonight.
Real Fantasy Podcast.